V93's coverage of Parsons Vikings football. Tonight, the Vikes take on the undefeated Girard Trojans in the second round of the state play. The 7-2 Vikes are coming off a thrilling 28-26 upset of Prairie View last Friday night. The Vikes will be looking for an even bigger upset as they try to topple the powerful Trojans and claim the regional championship. Parsons head coach Jeff Scheibe says the Vikes will need to play outstanding football tonight in all three phases: offense, defense, and special teams. Weather conditions are pleasant in Girard, with temperatures sitting at 50 degrees and virtually no wind. Coming up next, we'll hear from Coach Scheibe and get his thoughts on tonight's game. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout Southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit labettehealth.com.
As the area's leading hospital, we believe your best days lies ahead of you. And as a nationally recognized hospital, we work to ensure that your tomorrows are the best they can be. At Labette Health, instead of thinking about what you need out of a hospital, we've thought about what you need out of life. And with our multiple award-winning care, we're creating a higher quality of life for our patients. At Labette Health, we center around you.
All right, thank you very much. We experienced some technical difficulties, as we often do when we hit the road. We are just underway as Parsons gets ready to take on Girard in the second round of the 3A state playoffs. Girard took the opening kickoff all the way back to the 40-yard line, so good starting field position for the Trojans. They are undefeated on the year, sitting at 9-0, going up against the 7-2 Vikings. Nigman is the quarterback. Running play is going to be going for a very short gain to about the 42. Joined as usual by Tony Fuentes. Tony, this Girard team, they're just good.
Yeah.
You know, they don't necessarily dominate. Yeah. They just win.
Yeah. They don't look like really big on the line, but I think they're very athletic.
Yeah, they have great athletes. And they're going to have a couple of receivers, one to the left, one to the right. Nigman in the pistol, puts a man in motion. And a running play over the left side. This is going to be a better run out near midfield. Going to be short of the first down, but only by a couple of yards.
Looks like Ethan Merrill was on the carry there. He was on the carry on the first play of the game as well, Scott.
So 3rd down and 2 for the Trojans. We are just underway in Girard. We have 10:57 to go in quarter number 1. Nigman very good with play-action passing. We may see that right here. It's man in motion again. Vikings really starting to crowd the line of scrimmage. Looks like Nigman looks back over to the sidelines. Maybe a new play coming in. Still 6 seconds on the play clock. Snap. They do run a little option. This is going to be a first down. Great tackle, but still enough for the first down into Viking territory around the 48 or 49. And, Tony, I know Coach Scheibe said the Vikings are going to have to just play basically their best game of the year in all three phases, football, offense, defense, and special teams.
Yep. Yeah, Bo Harris on the carry there. Looks like they got a couple of running backs that are going to be kind of a running back by committee here. Got Harris and Merrill both in the backfield.
Again, Girard undefeated on the year in a highly anticipated matchup. They knocked off Frontenac 13-6. Toss play to the left side. Vikings in pursuit, but they're going to be a little bit slow. And the running back finds the edge.
Ethan Davidson on that carry. So that's the third running back on the game.
Yeah, they just don't have a shortage of athletes, and you just look across the way at how many kids are standing on the sidelines. It's a big difference from like when we played Cherryvale,
exactly.
For instance. They have bodies that they can run in and out. It is 2nd down and about 3 for Girard. Ball is on the Viking 41, tied at 0. Nigman in the pistol. Takes the snap. Hands off over the middle. Goes for a very short gain to around the Viking 40.
Yep, that was Merrill on the carry there. And I don't think there was any gain at all. I think it was maybe even a loss of a foot or two.
Ball is spotted just outside the Viking 40-yard line. We will call it 3rd down and about 2. May already be 4-down territory for the Trojans. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Nigman in the pistol, has a couple of running backs lined up behind him, puts a man in motion. Keeps it himself. I take that back. I thought he kept it. He fooled the Viking defense as well. He gave it to the first man through for a nice gain up the middle for the first down. I believe it was Merrill once again on the carry. Coach Scheibe said he is just a crafty quarterback, and I hope I wasn't the only one fooled.
Yeah, I thought he had the ball. So definitely kudos to them. That was a good play.
Vikings were keen on him because he got drilled in the backfield, but the result of the play is a first down for Girard inside the Viking 35-yard line. They will keep it on the ground again. I believe it's Merrill, and he's carrying a couple of tacklers inside the 30 down to the 25. And, Tony, on this opening drive, we're kind of seeing why Girard is 9-0. They're just very efficient.
Kind of run back by committee, just next man up, just keep it moving, keeping the chains moving every 2 or 3 downs.
Exactly 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Clock on the move. Girard has it 2nd and about 3 from the Viking 31. Again, they have an artificial turf here at Girard, and some people I know were hoping that the Vikings speed would be able to take advantage of playing on an artificial surface. Here's a running play to the near side. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and we've got a flag coming down. I know why the flag was thrown, but I don't think it really was a penalty. It's either going to be a face mask or a horse collar.
It was on Javen Brown, it looked like.
So that's could be probably going to result in a 1st and goal by the time they sort this out. Yeah,
Coach Scheibe talked about Coach Philpott, he was a decorated quarterback at Pitt State.
Yep.
And I'm not sure if he won a national championship or was a runner-up maybe one year, but definitely a solid quarterback back in his day. And
yep.
I'm sure he's grooming these boys to try to be at that expectation.
I believe it was a horse collar, but it's not going to be 1st and goal. They only took it up to the 14-yard line of the Vikes. 1st and 10 for Girard. Ball on the Viking 14. 8:33 to go in the opening quarter. It's 9-0 Girard against the 7-2 Parsons Vikings. And we have a stoppage in play.
I
think they're maybe realizing that they didn't mark off enough penalty yards. I think they only marked off 5 or 10 yards.
Yeah, they probably didn't go half the distance. That might go all the way down inside the 10.
Yeah, sure enough. Now they're going to get it down to the 9, so it will indeed be 1st and goal. Good job by the officiating crew to get that right, although I still question the call itself. 1st and goal from the 9. Nigaman in the pistol. Takes the snap. Running play. Big hole on the left side and getting into the end zone for a touchdown, but there is a flag. There is a flag on the play, so hold everything. Yeah, I think you're right, Tony. Yep. Quick preliminary signal. Usually when flag is thrown in that area, it's going to be holding on the offense, and so the Vikings somewhat catch a break, but I think that's a pretty good indication of why the hole was so big on that left side, because this Viking defense has been pretty stout.
Yeah, I think the hold was on Merrill, the other running back.
So I think you're right, as that backs up Girard to the 19, and so now that's a big break for the Vikings, because now the Trojans, they only have 4 plays to go 19 yards. You know, they can't get any more first downs because that was 1st and goal from the 9. So we'll see if – I don't think they'll put it in the air on 1st down, but we'll see. They haven't put the ball in the air once on this drive. It is a running play up the middle and a big hole. Nice spin move all the way down. They're going to get most of that penalty yardage back as Merrill gets it to inside the 10, close to the 9.
Yep, almost back to the original line of scrimmage from 1st and goal.
That's almost like that penalty just resulted in a loss of down more than anything. So instead of 1st and goal from the 9, it's 2nd and goal from the 9. And we have I think we have an equipment issue possibly with one of the Vikings. The winner of tonight's game will claim the regional championship and move on to the round of 8 in the 3A state playoffs. Nigaman looks over the Viking defense. Single running back this time. Merrill gets the call again. Vikings had him stood up. He still moves the pile forward. I thought maybe he'd be stopped for maybe a yard. Instead, he gained about 3.
3 or 4 there.
Wow.
Yep.
So 3rd and goal from the 6. Well, these next 2 plays are going to be huge. Girard has had a really nice drive, and they're going to be pretty disappointed if they come away empty-handed, and it'll be a big momentum boost for the Vikings.
Yep, this play right here is going to be the determining factor whether or not they'll go for it on 4th down, or because if we stiff them at the line, it'd be tough to go for it on 4th and 6.
Nigaman takes it, a little option play, and it looks like a wide open path to the end zone, and it is a touchdown for Girard. Ethan Davidson, who didn't even carry the ball at all on that drive until just maybe once.
Yeah, I think he did maybe one time around the 50.
Wow, nice play call. Little option pitch out to the left side, and it was wide open for a 6-yard touchdown run, and the Trojans take a 6-0 lead. Here's the point after attempt. And it goes right through the middle of the upright. So 7-0 Girard. They used up over 5 minutes on that drive. 6:50 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
And we are back live at Girard High School. Trojans go 60 yards on their opening drive, chew up nearly half of the first quarter, and they lead at 7-0. We'll see if the Viking offense is able to respond against this powerful Trojan ball club. It's a high end-over-end kick. It will be fielded at about the 15-yard line, returned to the 25. Nice cutback. And now that looked like a horse collar, and there is no flag coming. I thought maybe that one should have been a penalty, but Sylvester wrestled down at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will take over for their first possession of the night.
Yeah, definitely need to get a quick start here on offense. I know we did real well last week on pass plays, and I think we're going to have to try to go with that attack again to try to be able to score and keep up with these guys.
Yeah, the Viking defense has, for the most part, been the stronger side of the ball, more so than the offense, although the offense has come on a lot stronger here in the second half of the season. Running play is going to go nowhere. It was Napper on the carry. Again, Washington nursing that sore ankle. And it's going to be no gain on the play. So 2nd and 10, actually a loss of about a foot. And I know Coach Scheibe, all season long he's been preaching, wanting to, look at Washington just limping off the field.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's going to be able to go hardly at all tonight. That is a shame. That's going to be tough for the Vikings. But now they're going to go with 3 receivers split wide right. I think the Vikings may have to throw more tonight than they like to. Try a timing pattern. It's caught by Wheat at the 40, and he's going to be caught from behind, and a great play down to the 31-yard line of Girard. And we talked a little bit, Tony, these Viking speedsters on turf, that is the one area where the Vikings might have an advantage over Girard. That was a huge play, Mac to Wheat.
Yeah, Landon Wheat has been pretty quiet the last few weeks, and that was kind of a surprise there for him to catch that pass on the first drive here.
So Girard leading at 7-0, 5:45 to go in the first quarter. Now Parsons 1st and 10 from around the Girard 31. Mack puts Jesse Jones in motion. He wants to throw again. Pump fake, throws for the end zone. Caught and into the end zone. It is a touchdown. Kendrick.
J.J. Kendrick.
The Vikings with a great response. It was kind of like thunder and lightning. You had the long sustained drive by Girard, and then the Vikings with 2 quick pass plays go 70 yards.
In 1 minute and 18 seconds.
Wow. And Wheat will be on to attempt the extra point to get this thing tied.
Yeah, that offensive passing attack's been really good the last few weeks, Scott. That early in the year just wasn't that good, and it's just getting better and better.
It's a good snap. The kick is up, and it is good. You know, this is a Girard defense that held Frontenac to 6 points for the entire game, and already the Vikings have exceeded that with 7. So a great start for the Vikes. 5:32 to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
As the area's leading hospital, we believe your best days lies ahead of you. And as a nationally recognized hospital, we work to ensure that your tomorrows are the best they can be. At Labette Health, instead of thinking about what you need out of a hospital, we've thought about what you need out of life. And with our multiple award-winning care, we're creating a higher quality of life for our patients. At Labette Health, we center around you.
And we are back live in Girard. A thrilling 70-yard drive by the Vikes. Actually got stuffed for no gain on a run on the first play of the drive, and then 2 long pass plays, and the Vikings with a little pooch kick be fielded at the 25, returned to the 30. Oh, a great return out to around the 46-yard line. I know Coach Scheibe was very concerned with the special teams of Girard, and it looked like Wheat kicked that shorter than he usually does, but it didn't really help the Vikings. It's still a great return all the way out to the Girard 46, so great field position for the Trojans.
Yeah, it was Troike on the return. He's a senior. So definitely quite a few seniors on this Girard squad.
Yeah, they are experienced, they are well coached, they are disciplined, and that equals a 9-0 record coming into tonight's game. Nigaman puts a man in motion, takes the snap, running play up the middle, gets past the first wave into Viking territory. It is a gain of about 7, I believe, maybe even 8. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be just shy of the Viking 46.
Looks like Alex Coaster was the ball carrier there, so that's the 4th different running back, Scott.
Yeah, they do not have a shortage of athletes on this team. They're just going to keep coming at the Vikings in waves. We'll see how the defense holds up. 2nd down and about 3. Running play. Boy, ball is loose, and I think the Vikings have it. Oh, Girard stole it at the end. How did it come out? The Vikings had it.
Well, it's probably
the Vikings had jumped on it, and it squirted out.
Man.
Boy, that was a big moment here early in this ball game because Girard has been driving the ball very impressively. Their first 2 drives, the ball came out, and one of the Viking defenders jumped on the ball, and you heard me holler, the Vikes have it, and then all of a sudden the ball squirted free again and actually gave the Trojans a few extra yards. They now have it 1st and 10 from the Viking 36. Nigaman in the pistol. Running over the left side, huge gap on the left side, and a great run down to the 20, close to the 15.
Yep, Alex Coaster again. He didn't run the ball a single time on the first possession, but now that's twice on this possession he's ran it. Actually, the 3rd time, he's the one that fumbled it.
So Girard, very impressive, as we expected them to be. You don't get to be 9-0 unless you're doing a lot of things right. And Tony, it certainly everything they've done is on the ground, and that would indicate that they are definitely winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. Nigaman in the pistol once again. Running play is going to go virtually nowhere this time. Nice stop by the Viking defense.
That's Coaster again. I'm wondering. That's just odd that they had 3 different running backs in that first drive.
Yep.
And then this drive has been all one guy, and it's not a guy that was one of the 3 on the first drive.
There was no gain on that play, so we are at 2nd and 10 for the Trojans from the Vikings 17. 3:12 to go in the first quarter. We are tied at 7 points apiece. Girard taking quite a bit of time in the huddle. 10 seconds on the play clock as they head up to the line of scrimmage. Nigaman, he's a big quarterback, 6'3", 185. There's the snap. There's that option play again. Nice piece of footwork, but a nice pursuit by the Vikings. I tell you, those Girard kids, they get out into space, and they can make you miss.
It's just they're going in so many different directions so fast that you don't know which person has the ball. So much misdirection going on.
So even though the first defender missed, it's actually a short loss on the play, loss of 1 yard. So 3rd and 11 for the Trojans from the 18. Again, in high school football, we're obviously looking at 4-down territory at this point. So Girard has 2 plays to pick up 11 yards. They've certainly shown that they have the talent to do it. Here's a pass. Crossing over the middle. It's tipped up.
Oh, man.
Possibly, almost intercepted, I believe, by the Vikes. The ball falls Incomplete.
Trey Pierce thought he had a bead on it, but then whenever he got there, it like popped out. But I thought off the deflection that Javen Brown had a chance to intercept it.
It popped up in the air for a second or so, and I thought one of the Vikings would be able to run under it, and it may have very well been a pick six if the Vikings had been able to haul that in.
4th and 11,
Yeah,
Scott.
4th and 11. Big opportunity here for the Viking defense, trying to stop this potent Girard offense. Nigaman in the pistol, wants to throw. Rolls to the left. Looking. Goes to the end zone. He's got a man open. And he does make the catch. He wasn't in the end zone. He was actually at the 5-yard line. I thought he was throwing it to a man in the back of the end zone. But unfortunately, it is a first down. And there you see Nigaman's ability. He rolled to the left and just kind of kept that play alive, Tony. And now all of a sudden, the Vikings had their shot. Now it's 1st and goal for the Trojans inside the 5.
Yep, now they can go back to what they've been doing the entire drive.
Single running back. Running play. We have a flag, maybe a false start. So this is what happened to Girard on their first drive. They got down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal and immediately got a holding call. Back to the 19, they were able to still eventually punch it in, but it's a little reminiscent of what the Vikings did, especially early in the year, where they would be in a good position and then they would back themselves up with a penalty. So
they seem like they'd shoot themselves in the foot all the time, and that's what Girard's done the last 2 drives inside there. But last time they got in the end zone without a problem.
1st and goal from the 9. They will keep it on the ground. Big hole up the middle. Inside the 5 and then getting upended around the 3. Boy, it is a real shame the Vikes weren't able to corral that fumble. Because it's just like against some of those other – they've played some really good running teams this year, like Prairie View. Caney always has a good running attack. But, boy, Girard, you're probably going to have to get him to turn the ball over a couple of times to have a legitimate shot tonight.
Exactly. 2nd
and goal from about the 3. Running play over the left side. The Viking defense stands up tall and gets the stop around the 2. We're down to 45 seconds to go. In quarter number 1, still tied at 7.
Yeah, if it's a running play, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Yeah, we're approaching the 30-second mark. And I just about bet my bottom dollar they're going to keep it on the ground. You never know when they might sneak in a play-action pass. Here we go. Nigaman in the pistol. He does want to throw. Rolls right. And it's incomplete. Well defended by the Vikings. Jesse Jones in on that play, breaking that one up. I'm actually a little bit surprised that they threw. They had been running the ball so effectively. You never know, though. It's easy to say that up here in the press box, and I'm sure.
Yeah, senior Wyatt Foley was the intended receiver there. So they got a couple of senior receivers, several senior running backs.
4th and goal from the 3. Here we go. There's the snap. They want to throw for it. They go back to the near side, and it is caught. I couldn't see it. I was blocked by a bunch of players, but I thought the pass was too low.
Troike.
But Troike hauls it in. It looked, Tony, like from the little bit I could see, it looked like he was wide open.
Yeah, it looked like it was really low and that it possibly hit the ground.
That's what I was hoping for. So 13-7, Girard retakes the lead. Here is your extra point try. May have shanked it. It is no good. That came up big last week against Prairie View. They went for a couple of 2-point conversions and failed on both, and that was the difference in the game. The Vikings winning at 28-26. So just 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. Girard leads at 13-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
And we are back just in time for the kickoff. Garrett Humble has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line for the Trojans. They lead the Vikes 13-7. Very late in the first quarter. Kickoff fielded about the 15-yard line by Sylvester, looking for a hole. He's got by the first wave and tripped up around the 40-yard line. Nice return by Sylvester. I tell you, the Trojans don't seem worried about kicking the ball away from Sylvester. Virtually every other team has. So. For a second, I thought Sylvester was going to be able to break a really big return, but got tripped up. They're going to spot it right at the 40. We have time for one play and only 4 seconds to go in quarter number one, with Girard leading Parsons 13-7. Mack in the pistol. They give it to Napper right up the middle. He's got a nice pickup. It's going to be close to a first down. They're going to spot him just shy of midfield. It's going to be a pickup of about 9, and that is the end of quarter number one. With your score, Girard 13, Parsons 7. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit labettehealth.com.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
All right, here we go, everybody. Started the second quarter. Vikes have it 2nd and 1 from their own 49, trailing 13-7. They throw it out into the flat to Wheat, and he wants to throw, and he's in trouble. Vikes try to trick play, but Wheat trying to get something out of nothing, and he does. What a play by Wheat. He has the first down and much, much more down to around the Girard 34-yard line. Tony, what an effort by Landon Wheat.
I thought he was going to have a 5-yard loss. I thought they were going to corral him there at the 45. And then all of a sudden, he just gets around the corner fast.
I mean, Girard defended that very well. The Vikings trying a little trickery to start the second quarter. And it was a good time to do it. It was 2nd and 1. But, yeah, Tony, I'm like you. I thought it was going to be a big loss. And instead, Wheat gets a ball all the way up to around the Girard 35. Running play, Napper. Tripped up after a short gain, but a decent gain down to... See where they're going to spot it.
3 yards at least.
Yep, down to about the 32. So it's actually a 4-yard pickup, so nice job by Napper. And, you know, he's going to be the primary ball carrier, obviously, without Washington. But in a lot of ways, Tony, and you've pointed this out several times, especially when Napper and Washington run at the same time, what the Vikings are really going to miss tonight is also going to be Washington's blocking.
Yeah. Yeah, Napper's got that little hop step that kind of throws the defender off a little bit.
2nd down and 4. Quarterback keeper around the left side. Mack going to get swallowed up around the 30. Gain of about 2. Bring up 3rd down and 4. Girard.
Somebody's still down.
Oh, it was the Vikings. They can't afford any more injuries. They were a little short-handed coming into this game anyway.
Not sure who it is. It might be Napper. No, Napper's right there.
Looks like a cramp.
Yeah, definitely a cramp.
And that's obviously pretty good news if that's all it is. I'm still amazed at how many cramps you see. I mean, it's 50 degrees, and you know we're just early in the second quarter, but it's a fairly common sight. 10:34 to go in the first half. Girard leading at 13-7. Girard has had the ball twice, and they have scored both times. The Vikings went 70 yards in only 3 plays on their first possession, and they're on the move again. So so far.
Mostly running.
And a lot of running plays by Girard and running
Jesse.
on this one. Yeah, Jesse Jones. And if it was a cramp, it was a bad one because look how he is walking.
He's pretty gimpy coming across.
Man, hopefully they're able to treat Jesse on the sidelines and get him back in, even if not here for the rest of the first half, have him ready to go coming out of the locker room. He is walking very gingerly, really favoring that right leg. And so they're just going to have to, we won't have the snap for a second here. They're going to have to wait for Jesse to make his slow walk to the sidelines. So it's 3rd and 3.
Definitely need to
Vikings.
Try to get the ball in Sylvester's hands. He hasn't really had a chance to do anything in the early portion of this game.
Yep.
So
for now, it looks like he's just being covered one-on-one over here on the far side. Might be a good chance for a slant right here. Instead, the Vikings keep it on the ground. Napper stood up. Good second effort, but he's probably going to be about a yard short, I believe. And I'm sure Coach Scheibe is totally fine with that. It'll bring up 4th and 1, and the Vikings will definitely go for it. Trey Mack comes over to talk to Coach Scheibe. Coach Scheibe gives him his instructions. Still about 20 seconds on the play clock. We just go under the 10-minute mark in the second quarter on the game clock, with the Trojans leading the Vikes 13-7. Winner advancing to the final 8 in the state playoffs, Class 3A. Here we go, 4th and 1. Matt comes under center, and he's going to keep it himself.
He got it.
And I think he got it. Yeah, he did. It's going to be a first down, it looks like right at the 25-yard line. Tony, have we seen that all year? Matt came under center for a quarterback keeper.
He's not like that. I mean, that was like what the NFL players do whenever they need that, half a yard or yard, and they just kind of literally lunge forward, put the ball forward to get the distance, because they knocked him back immediately, but his first initial boost got across the line.
So the Vikings move the chains, 1st and 10 from the Trojan 25. Mack wants to throw, rolling right, goes to Sylvester, and he's got the catch for a first down. Inside the 15. Tony, you just called it a play ago. The Vikings needed to get the ball into Sylvester's hands, and somebody heard you down on the sidelines because they target Sylvester for a nice pickup.
There will be a chance for a first down without getting a touchdown. It looks like just outside probably the 2.
Yeah, I think it looks like they're going to spot it around the 12, so the Vikings could get a first down.
Well, we'll just take the touchdown.
That's right. They're going to send Kendrick, who had the touchdown reception, out, split wide to the left. Napper will be the single running back, and I think Coach Scheibe may be burning his first time out of the half. Sure enough, 8:48 to go in quarter number 2, with Girard leading at 13-7, but the Vikes knocking on the door. We'll be back after this 30-second break. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Hard, 8:48 to go in the first half. The Trojans leading the Vikings 13-7. And Tony, during that commercial break, you pointed out that it was actually Kendrick who was being double teamed, and as opposed to Sylvester. And speaking of those two guys, they are going to be lined up, split wide right. So, and they were right on top of you. Oh,
got Jesse Jones back out there now,
and Jones is back out there, split wide left,
and he's got 2 guys on him.
And now the Vikings get a little space in between them, the 2 receivers. 1st and 10 from the 12. They run it right up the middle to Napper, and he has about a 2-yard gain to the 10. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Matt quickly over to the sidelines, talking to his head coach, Jeff Scheibe. All in all, especially if the Vikings score here, Tony, Coach Scheibe has to be really pleased.
Oh, yeah.
I know, Girard has had the ball twice and scored twice, and so the defense is going to have to figure out a way to get a stop. They almost had one on that second Girard possession off the fumble. They just caught a bad break. First things first, though, the Vikes need to get this ball in the end zone. Play action over the middle. Caught. Touchdown. Is that Brown? Cade Brown catches it over the middle for a game-tying touchdown. It is a 10-yard pass from Mack to Brown, and if Landon Wheat can tack on this extra point, the Vikings are going to have the lead.
Yeah, that was a great play call there.
So with 8:09 to go in the first half, we are tied at 13. Landon Wheat on to attempt the extra point. Heavy rush,
and
it is blocked. That was a huge play by Girard. They applied a heavy rush, and that is the first quote-unquote miss by Landon Wheat in a long, long time. And, of course, can't blame him, as that was a great rush put on by Girard. So 8:09 to go in the first half. We are tied at 13. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking football on V93.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit labettehealth.com.